ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Zunbil series of Crusader Kings 3 here on the Lord Master channel, in which we are in a period of stabilization phase. But however, there is an ongoing war despite the stabilization phase, and that is a war that started by our ally, or in this case started by the rebellious. It's a war against tyranny, against Ekshibane Shapur Eshkufan of Sogdiana. Well, not Sogdiana, but Sogdia proper, because they recently decided to rejoin the Samanid Sultanate, or in this case Exedia, which is they use the Sogdian terminology there. But for Sogdians themselves, well, they're dealing with the areas of Nakshab, Kish, and Samarkand, in which we will intervene on that matter, as we were allies prior to them rejoining the Samanids. Although we plan on doing a, what do we call, a grand tour, which would have to be a taxation tour, but can't do it right now because the vassals are in the army, and they will soon be, as soon as we deal with the Sogdian issue, then we'll go home, and then once everybody is at their places, and then and only then we can, you know, then we can have peace and start making some great fortune before I go. And of course, as well as Reform the Faith, which I could do that at any time, but I'd rather do it when it's at peace. You are at war. Yeah, you have to be at peace. So let's get to it then. But first, let our army resupply at this area, while our second army gathers, and they'll meet up with them soon and give them some of the supplies to them as they wait. I'm sure they're going to go head to Kish. Well, while I'm here, start to this thing. This is between my wife and the guest. Busy the midst another day at court, I overhear my wife Benebshen Yena, the distinctive irate tone. Mehrab seems to have got her goat. Stepping closer, I see my guest smuggler. These so-called fashions are an embarrassment. They would be fit only for the servants and children of any respectable Pashtun court. My eye flashes right across. I've had quite enough of you. I don't care if you're the Shah's guest. Much tough man, I'm surprised. Pull me aside. Yena moans bitterly. That ungrateful cur never ceases to mock us. Yesterday my servants overheard him calling our trends passé. I don't want to increase the cost of that. So I'll say, come dear, he's only ribbing us. I'm willing to take the court spender hit. It's not that big of a deal. So now, the Turco-Hephthalite culture has embraced the mountain homes tradition. So this makes mountain travel less dangerous. And the Courtiers line of buildings have additional bonuses now. I was trying to think of one example. You see this here for Courtiers? This now gives levy size as well, and among a few other things. Compared to... actually, it's a bit of the same. I guess it applies to whoever is the owner. That's different. meet up. And then we'll go take care of those people up north. Head up to Upper Gore, and then we'll go pick up the vassal to make him become the new commander. I assume Sogdians are fighting them now. Fighting against the rebels. They're in full retreat, so should we really intervene on the matter? So they're gonna head to Kish. Well, we'll just get to Samarkand. It'll take about 7 months to get there. No need to switch commanders at this time. Don't wish we had an organizer. And also have thought of something recently, such as promote culture. Although when it comes to promote minorities, like for example, like those minorities in Kabul, that's where Radhanites live. I could promote that for whatever reason. And who else? I recall seeing an option somewhere. Aha! Integrate title. Is not that you're drifted towards, so unless that title is rid of, then we can't do that. But I'm willing to take that risk. Promote culture here in Bamiyan. It'll take 2 years. Because I want to spread the Turco-Hephthalite culture there. Oh, what have you done to this land? What did you do? Increased autonomy. Okay, anyways, back to business. So for now, promote culture. Of course, there's a danger of people getting mad, but it'll help us out in the long run. And plus, we are considered a minority culture in the eyes of the world, but we want to be spread and be recognized. That loathsome fiend. What the 4 devil? 2, 3. Okay. They have safe roads. Collect taxes, because I was wondering what's that modifier there. They just took care of one little army, and now they're gonna take care of the rest. Oh yeah, they got him. If they capture the leader, then good. When the war's over, then we can go home early. Who's raiding? Oh, we just encountered the raiders now. Raiders from Merv. We have recovered 16 gold worth of loot. This area wasn't looted, they got it from somewhere else. take it to Samarkand now. Okay, then go to Kish then. War would be over by then. Ignore their threat. So I walk outside. I'm greeted outside by my vassal, Agbad Babala, crouching beside my dog, Mihraman, tenderly petting his head. It's a quite lovely dog you have, my lord. You're very perceptive. You know what's odd about naming that dog, Mihraman? If anybody recalls, excuse me, that name, that was the name of the demon of Bamiyan. You know, that cruel ruler who masquerades himself as a Buddhist. But anyways, now to discuss the matter of my council, I'm thinking about the idea to increase the dramatically increase the number of levies available to the Mazapan and Kabul. By using my martial skills, I'll be promoting and enticing the peasants of the county to enlist master roles. Of course, in case of failure, I will face a prestige hit and I will look poorly, but nothing comes free in this life. You bunch of glory hounds, you. Lose 50 fame. I'll take a hit. Too costly, too risky. Plus, war's about to be over. Sponsored conquest of Merv. Oh, they're taking care of the last of you. They really wanted to get rid of you. So I can't help you. You're a lost cause. You were once a useful ally, but not anymore. You were just a liability. At this point. Oh no, overslept. I was this late to this morning's meeting with my advisors. Why didn't the servants wake me on time? There goes a little bit more prestige loss. So he's gonna have all the land for himself. Well, not really. Just new vassals for him. Alright, war's over. Begin to withdraw home. Alright. This is going to take time for all the vassals to go home. Unless they're already home. It's just the one who isn't going to be present is, well, they're all present and counted for. With the exception of the boy ruler down there. So let's host the dinner room. Actually, what's the control down there? Because ever since I gave you the Senate, it should be less control. Well, he's working on it. Well, allow me to help you with that. And Bulk definitely needs more control. See, mountain travel is a little less dangerous than it was, unless you bring up some modifiers. And you don't have a suitable caravan master, which we do. Look at that man. You may be poor, but I'm going to need you for this task. Because that would definitely be a huge benefit. Mercenary guards, and additionally Silk Road merchants. Go for the middle because there's not much vassals to mate, so we may want to put that in the middle. And I would like to be exalted among men. Yeah, justice will do. Spend half the money and then we'll make a lot more back. Yeah, go the long way around. We'll take a scenic route to go visit the Pangaea mining settlement for more stewardship lifestyle experience. Especially that these are areas under full control and less chance of a danger. At least it'll be in the middle of spring now, as the winter goes away. So yeah, I want to bring everybody along. Oh, now Shaw, you've been very good to me. Not as effective as you once were, but you've been there since the beginning. Of course, my son will be traveling with me, and my other son too, my wife, grandson, the old diviner, everybody. So we'll just consider, well, we know that the area is a war zone, so you got a lot of people in your entourage. If anybody, happens to be in the middle of a battle or something worse, you'll be willing to sacrifice one of ours. As callous as it sounds. So let's begin. Vatavaman of the Davradaban of Chitra will be the mercenary captain today. And Boris, a Khwarezmian, right? Yes, Khwarezmian. Silk Road merchant. Shia Muslim. Oh dear, we have a terrible decision. While you're traveling alongside of us, oh god dang it, you're a lunatic too. And a tax collector is traveling with us. You got a good degree of knowledge, so we're replacing with somebody who's got average aptitude, because I don't want anyone to screw up if anybody gets wounded during the travel. Alright. The time has come to depart from my grand tour of Kabulistan. My court is packed, ready, and raring to go. Our first stop will be my grandson-in-law, Sadaz Noshiran's castle over in Rukaj. I look forward to helping the people to contribute to the nation's wealth by any means available. The Zunbil shot him, those subjects should certainly not have any surplus headed from the crown after this tour is concluded. I can't wait. So that's a drop of stress right there. And in the meantime, since we're going to make a bunch of money back, I want you to improve this. And at the same time, promote the Turco-Hephthalite culture there. Because I want Bamiyan to be of Turco-Hephthalite culture. And then later we'll spread that to Takharistan. Even though Takhari people do live there. I think we may have to do that to Kabul as well, but that is dangerous due to obviously lowered popular opinion. Because we've not been appealing to some of their wishes. But we'll do what you gotta do. I receive a welcome wherever you've a shot at the gates of Southern Ocean once cast Southern Gaj. My comfort wagon and tax collectors are making a goal of my visit clear. My vassal duly receives me of all requisite deference. No short explains the planned evening banquet, promising entertainments and victuals on offer will near the standards of my court's dinners. Without no showing of Gaj assures me that this is only the finest food he has to offer. Let's begin. You know what? We're gonna help the poor bastards out at bulk. Even though allegedly it says it's gonna take 20 years. All because you gave them increased autonomy. You coward. How could you lose a peasant revolt? Did he really? Inherited, conquered, granted. Well, Sender must have done something. I think it's just kowtowed to the peasant revolt, unless that was done by the previous owners I was not aware of. Clergy tax, that's 40 gold. So far so good. So no events happened here. So time for a tribute, if you're willing to pay. He gave in. It is another evening of my stay in Noshiwanabuka's home, and yet another 4 meals placed in front of me. I knock it over my knife, watching as the dark, unfamiliar salt slides around like cascading mud. Oh, what I wouldn't give for some food from the capital. Just some simple saffron cakes would be fine. I could ask the Sardar for something, or from back home, of course, but I risk causing offense. I'll just ask. Oh, hell. Well, I'm the owner of Balk now, so that means we lost a vassal. You know, the Grand Tour. One second. No, good travel. What happened? Did he die or something? Murdered. Well, they took advantage of him while he was infirm. And I like to think he was incapable. So I'll run this land for a little while. I'll be the temporary owner of it until things get better. Even if it takes a very long time to do so. Not going as I had hoped. Our journey is violently interrupted by the sound of tearing flesh and gnashing jaws. Desperate cries of a man about to meet his end. The noise is so horrific that it must have come from the depths of the void. Tempted to track the source, we find a desperate knight struggling with a wild hyena. His blade is wedged between the beast's jaws, with his grips beginning to falter. Help him, Guinevere. Beat the hyena. My arrival at Mazaban Oak's castle in Upper Goods marked a fanfare befitting the Shah of the realm, and the presence of my coffin wagon and tax collectors quickly noted. My vassal dutifully receives of all the requisite deference. Oaks outlines the planned tour and assures me Upper Goods is so fair and fine a land that merely gazing on the towns and fields will be entertainment enough. Time will tell. Well, let's get to it. That all my stress is gone, and increasing that land's control. Wonder what happens. Appoint a new vassal now. Will that still count in the sense of our next visit is to there? Well, we don't know. But hey, appointing a local noble gives you prestige during this phase, during the struggle. But it doesn't say. But it's just something I wanted to do. As I continued toward the grounds of Arg of De El Caliph, my host decided to take upon himself to show off his hunting prowess. The fair one's attention fixed on Mazaban Oksha of Upagur slays a nearby stag with what appears to be little effort. While everyone seems impressed, this could be an opportunity to outdo my host and show everyone how a Shah fires an arrow. This isn't going to work, because I would be embarrassing myself. So instead, I'll just say congratulations to him. Paid a ransom, 25. You got it. Time for tribute. You got it. Yeah, it appears I will be making a visit. I guess I made the right call of appointing a new vassal there. So now you're traveling to dangerous territory where it's a war zone and less controlled. Turning a bend on the path, we come across a group of people covered in dust, emerging from what must have been an impressive tomb. They hoist burlap sacks that jingle and jangle, weighed down by the trinkets that they dug out of the ancient building. Times are hard, dear Shah. Families must be fed, and we're not doing harm to anyone among the living. Their leader looks up to us with trepidation. She clearly realizes it does not look good for them. Yipe. People will not like me for this, but that's more control. The Shah deserves this cut. Don't you know that we are in a taxation tour and I'm trying to become avaricious, so this is a thing to do. It's not related to it, but this is something else. So 78% chance that I pick out a precious treasure that I would acquire an ancient treasure, while 21% chance that nothing special catches my eye and gain 20 gold. Picked out a precious treasure, so ancient treasures need more prestige, so a sudden windfall meant that this character has become known for its wealth and generosity. So no artifact. That's what I thought I was hoping for. As we trek through Anbar Gozgani, our caravan has stopped at the clearing bordered by a spiny shrub. I proceed toward the commotion only to find Baka and Yuzina having an irate row. I'll have no more of your idiocy, you abhorrent fool. Baka stamps his foot in the rocks. You're the one that's whined on this tired journey, squealing, "Are we there yet?" At every crossroads, Yuzina got thoughts. We haven't got time for a petty squabbling. We approach a hamlet where a forlorn woman stands, shotgun on guns. The throng gathered. It's but Shah! It's the Shah! A peasant stumbles through the crowd, crying, "Please, my wife is innocent. She didn't do it, my lord. I know it." I pull her away. No, oh no! And she dragged down the street. The official bastard. Sorry, my lord, ignore him. This woman is guilty. Don't worry about that. You're a nice guy, but this woman's a bit... She's a bold paragon. Honorable, somewhat bold. If I'm looking for talent, then this isn't the place to be. So I'll say, I'd like to hear the charges. I find the truth, stone unturned. This character will stop at nothing to find the truth and deliver justice. You want justice? I'll give you justice. Pledge. Some of the supplies are on a ride rough from now. So wait out here for a while. Balk is home of a famous way shrine that I happen to be passing by today. Locals tell us it is uncommon for travelers to spend even a few days praying there, for it is said that doing so will ensure a safe passage for one's journey. I'm unsure how helpful praying this I would be, but at least I should pay my respects to Zun while here. I'll spend several days in prayer here. It's like even after we leave Balk, we want to make it delay a few days because, look, it's winter right now, so you may want to spend a winter in Balk. So now, we're going to tour the grounds here in Balk with the new vassal that I just won, which I didn't get a look at your traits. Ah, he's an architect. A great administrator. Just what we need. Let's get to it. And this helps with the control growth a little. Riding through the grounds of the Agabalk, I'm suddenly stopped in the middle of the road by my host. Ozaban was on Balk. It appears that he managed to capture my rivalry and has him saddled like a horse, ready for me to mount and ride through the countryside. Though this is an opportunity to show my inherent spirit. Am I really going to stoop this low? He's my rival, and yet he's in the nude. What happened to that man? Nothing. Other than he's wounded, it's just we found him naked out there. Am I going to stoop that low? Well, he's my rival. So, of course I am. Talking to nobody. Guess this is a result of it. Take your gold. I saw that. Okay, time for tribute. Thank you very much. Just stop short of 4. Unless he wants to bring it in, even though that man hates my guts, but since he's callous, I think he's going to shut me out of the gate. I expect it. Watch. Our road takes us to the treacherous parts of Sedge. While I scan for radiation, head, a rustling bush grabs my attention. Could it be a wild animal? As I brace myself for impact, Oromuz jumps out of the bush, instead holding a plank. You scare me, Oromuz. Anyways, let me see what you have here. Some kind of fruit? I exclaim. Yes, it looks and smells so delicious. I wonder it tastes like, maybe. I'll just take a little bite. I'll let you eat it. I knew it. I was thinking about this myself. Oh no, he's actually letting me in for dinner. Okay, let's begin then. We may not see each other eye to eye. And you want the seat on your council even though I think you're... Oh, you're good, but you're not good enough. I was about to say that you're a talentless hack. But maybe we'll get to know each other a little bit better. This will definitely take me up to tier 4. Yeah. I know what I'm going to do with all that newly gained money. But first... Wants to write about scholarly matters. Legendary, renowned throughout the world. He may be infirm, but give him a chance. The man from Khotan has come here. And wants to write about scholarly matters. And I did not know it cost him this much. He's very valuable. He made a huge investment. Better make some back on the way back. Need an antiquarian. I don't know if I can trust that, but do what you gotta do. I've never had a lunatic antiquarian before, as far as my knowledge is concerned. You probably won't pay, and this will give me the reason to arrest you. It seems the only honored guest here at the sides of East Turkmenistan's court. This evening I've been sent a fascinating Evadisus. That's an odd name. Where do you... He's Pamiri. Our conversation lets me feel mostly. I'm well versed in stagecraft. But my skills are being wasted, so I want to run from place to place. If you haven't in my court, I'll be honored to call you my Shah. Is it rare that one's find such a person without a home of their own? Is there room for him in my court? He could be good at intrigue, but his laziness, however, that will not do. Be gone. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You defy the authority of the crown and refuse to submit to demands. There's little I can do now, but an insult like this constitutes a crime not only against me, but Zunbil shot himself. Finally, a reason to get rid of that diabolical man. Yes. We'll get you later. Just wait until we return home, deploy the army, and station at Kulm, and then we'll get rid of him. And the unrest phase is coming soon, so there's a good reason for that. I found my beneficiary, Brika, surrounded by scrolls and manuscripts, fiercely flipping through pages. My lord, there are so many areas that are worthy of attention. Religion, education, not to mention the art of writing itself. Well, what topic does your muse yearn for? Likely be of higher quality. Visited the mining settlement, that's why we went this way, and make a bit of gold on the way back. I have seen the world and beheld its many wonders in my travels, but never have I beheld such beauties as the ones I've seen at Jabaya. Truly, student women are cut above all the rest. One particularly fascinating specimen has taken my eye, a peasant woman by the name of Makam. A pretty little morsel. She is far too pleasing to my eye to spend her days slaving away in Jabaya. Took her as your woman, as in concubine, but I got a better idea with you. At least you're not a lowborn. Look at you. I got someone for you. 1 second. Well, when the travel's finished, because I'm thinking about, you know, dismiss the concubine, but oh, we'll leave the court. Well, word's my word. Still feeling fine. Water, at last. I've been traveling for much of the day, weary and tired, as I have been a good place to properly rest for several hours. Was this supposed to be a well-traveled road? Yet, lo and behold, we eventually saw a small stream of water. And what more? They were old, worn-out bronze cups hung by the chains to the nearby boulder. It seems that the locals, or perhaps whoever is in charge of this region, generously provided these cups to travelers to more easily collect water. Thanks, Zun, for this refreshing water. Level of splendors increased, so now we're reputable. Magnificent liege that I am for the rest of my years. And it'll pay me more in vassal tax contribution. Development growth in the realm capital. Fighter prestige. 75 renown. Except for you, you bastard. Right, now everybody's here? Or almost. No valid characters. 1 second. See if I can try something here. Well, once she's my woman, I can't get rid of her. I mean, if I do get rid of her, set her aside, she'll leave the court. Hang on, let's try this. 1. Autumn House, marry her, because I thought she would be the woman for you. You think the chance of will be low? Well, I didn't want her anyway, just simply while we brought along and something for her. While the true son and heir will be, you know, for that. Alright. Senseless policies, god dang it, man. Well, anyways, now we got a couple of decisions that I'm about to implement. I recall seeing another thing. Ah, yes. This is for any given time, which is for Bamian only, just to fortify and how much you want to spend on repairs. So, positive counting modifier for boosting fort level, development, guard size, and control. Useful when it's during wartime. Thunder Harmonious. Full control, unless I want to steer it the other way. So now, let's refurbish the mural of Dr. Inoshiran. At the site of Dr. Inoshiran, not far from Bamian, there's an old rock-cut complex containing a mural depicting our great god Zun. It has fallen into disrepair. We should take steps to restore it to its former glory. So again, piety for that. And Batman will have the permanent modifier of Refurbished Shrine of Zun at Doctari no Shiran. So, at Doctari no Shiran, which lies a little north of Batman, there is a noted shrine with one of the largest murals in the region, depicting Oxus Zun, a local variant of the god Zun, connected with the old Eastern Iranian deity Oxus or Wakash or Waksh. This will have increased development growth, and as well as control growth should anything go wrong in Batman. And yes, I am Zunist. Find some artisans for the job. Generations ago, local chiefs ruling not too far from Batman sponsored the creation of a rock-cut shrine complex in the part of the Calm Valley known as Dokta Noshiran. It was dedicated to a local version of Zun known as Oxus Zun or Waksh Zun. It featured a beautiful mural depicting the Justice Giver, one of the largest murals crafted in this region. Alas, for many years, this once beautiful rock-carved center of worship for Zun fell to disrepair. I have taken it upon myself to sponsor a refurbishment, a restoration of this once great shrine, so it could be sustained once more and serve as a great shrine to Zun. The artisans I have hired from near and far, particularly those of Iranian extraction, have done their best to reclaim its vibrant style of the original. A magnificent effort, and one I am sure Zun will appreciate. And I wouldn't mind having an epic. Gotta do something for that amount of money. Wait, remember, you want to get rid of this man? Look at the fort level. You have to take 2 baronies. It's high time to... Oh yeah, I inherited one of those damn Pamir tribesmen that is not stationed. Yep, rid of them. Bring those. And increase the size of the pikemen. There you go. And for once, let's hold court. Just for once. It's probably the only time we're going to do this under the Reign of Heroes. So as a reminder, people, in order to be a successful ruler, I must actually rule on the various dilemmas and situations which arise in my sphere of influence. By officially inviting all my subjects to travel to my castle to petition me for aid, I'll be able to stay informed, swear a balanced power, and visibly show the world that I'm in charge. This will increase my court grandeur. I'll invite guests and subjects to petition me for assistance. I might learn of exclusive opportunities, might be able to influence situations in foreign realms, might gain additional court grandeur, I might gain or lose opinion, prestige, gold, and more. Sitting on my throne, I gesture for my guards to open the doors of the hall. A stream of people file in, some lining up in front of my throne, while others move out of the way so I could simply observe the proceedings. After several moments, all movement in the chamber has ceased. All faces turn towards mine expectantly. In front of me, I count 3 petitioners lined up in an orderly row, waiting for me to call on them. Just a first line approach. Listen to the first petitioner. The next petitioner is evidently somewhat of a stranger in this court, as I do not recognize her. In the eyes of Marshal Sogdia, I've been on them since they first entered. My lord, I've come to declare that the people of Rudba are refusing to pay the taxes you have levied upon us. In times past, our landed people were granted rights and privileges which your recent exactions ignore. We request that you address our concerns fairly, or else. That could be good. Like to have that. So what it's just done. So, sounds like to me you've been misinterpreting some charters. Taxable continues. Crud! A frightful pest strolls all too close before a guard steps turns. Oh, a very clever wank cloud through scanty. Your lordness, I can't be ever me stuck. With matter grey, eat import. Yes, say. Shah, a town of been carrying off a Reeve's wife's sister's cousin in the old village is in uproar. It is said 7 moons back, or 8 strokes his chin. That's for Gosno over there. Stuart Hara, go fix it, please. If you don't mind. Well, he does mind. But, you know, that man, he is terrified of me, so he's going to say no to... He wouldn't say no to me, would it? Exhibiting Shafir's clutch. My knight is at approaches me, so my liege, Mazat is. Ulixon, I have a great idea that I could bring you either money or fame. You amassed quite a collection of artifacts on it, so why not put them on display? You could charge it to view your collection, or for free that more people will view it. He closed the door for continuing. People do have a tendency to want the things they see, so the downside is more people will be willing to try to claim your artifacts. I want people to pay witness but a glimpse of my glory. Who would want to steal my artifacts? As the last petitioner departs, various courtiers allow them into the room. I have business to attend elsewhere. Others remain, talking about themselves about the recent proceedings. Soon the ceremonial formality of the proceedings dropped away entirely, and with the hum and the bustle of normal courtly life taking its place. My business here is done. At least I didn't have to spend any money. And we also never had a chance to commission an epic. So my family's history contains many tales of great success and honor. If any of those are composed to a single story, would certainly reflect very well on myself. Time to start composing. What I need is a classical tale of the grandeur of my family, about a chronicle about the origins of the Zunbil dynasty and how we are destined for greatness. I only need someone who knows how to tell the story. Kozgashka, the accomplished storyteller. High chance of exceptional epic. As I said, we'll get rid of this man. I mean, he'll never accept it, but we could deploy the army now, but as long as we're in friendly territory, it can be reinforced over time. So, do raise it. Right man for the job. Head to there. So it's 3 months together. Well, it's not just one, it's all 3 armies because of the supply limit. Okay then. Take your time. My family epic seems to be progressing well, and Sublimes already sound like they'll be quoted for decades to come. But Goshka has a lot of questions about the focus of the story. It would be easier to answer if you wrote it all first. Then I could tell him what I dislike about it. He insists he needs answers now. It is a family history, so be generous. I will gain more renown when the epic is done. Now there's a small minority of Turco-Hephtalites, but that process will continue. In another 2 years it'll become a large minority, and then in another 2 years it'll become the majority of Bamian. Which is a valid good reason for it. But don't spend the money yet. As I said, don't spend it yet. Unless it's something else. My Chancellor, Kaval Danush, is reading my family epic is slowly to come together. A lot of it is not very plausible, such as the part with the dragon, he tells me. On the other hand, who's to say what the past was like? If you're already doing embellishments, why not take it as far as we can? It's important we tell a good story after all. Remember, the next time, it's not going to be until 250 to get to the next. I could hear my beneficiary Brika muttered to himself across the hall. I need something great, something epic to make my courage stand up and uninspired masses. But what? Just what? When his spirit eyes meet mine, he breaks out a huge smile. Oh Lord, what an amazing idea. Spire, what do you think of adding your family's model to your commission? Well, that makes the most sense. Sure, that sounds lovely. It's a family epic, so therefore put the family's model name on it. They'll be there in 6 months. And in 6 months, we'll arrest the diabolical bastard. Especially with our new siege weapons, which it'll slowly go up in time. New year, it's going back to unrest now. Kolskashkas would caught trying to sneak off from his duties. Thankfully, God recognized him as past kids. Exhausting work depends on day and night, my benevolent Lord. Desperate for a few days' rest. Very well, perhaps a break is in order. This is what I mean by don't spend anything because something like that would come up. Those guys just get taken a number of liberties in my family with regards to warfare and battles. Makes for dramatic scenes, but I worry my marshal has been offended as he furrows his brow at a particular scene. I'm almost relieved when he finally shares his thoughts. It's all nonsense. The part with the dragon is giving me some ideas. Wherever inspiration can be found, we should use it. Improves combat advantage. That'll do. My lord, my beneficiary Brika smiles and gestures me over the ink-stained hands. My book, my masterpiece is finished. Behold! This book contains modest observations and plain illustrations detailing the human body. The cover is velvet that's been embroidered to display a repeating image of mythological beasts. The motto of the Zunbil family, Dare to be Triumphant, is written on this highly decorative style on this first page. Small health boost. Excellent. I'm impressed. That's the artifact with the family model, not what I was thinking of earlier. 180 years. It's going to be around for a long time to come. Not to mention, makes me more healthy. Reigning for all the way up to my 70s, I suspect. It is now unrest. Koskashka has completed my family epic. What a glorious chronicle is composed. It has high drama, moral quantities, and tense duels. Everything my family has been forged from is in there. Even the part with the dragon, seemingly so far-fetched, has become a touching moment outlining the destiny of my house. This might be the greatest chronicle ever written. The Zunbil Chronicon. It's a bit of a mouthful. But nevertheless, renown gain. Controlled territory defender advantage. All you need to know. At all time, Courtiers, because it's been recorded now. Those got to know me. Feels strange about the department. I have other places to go to, and other stories need telling, tries to explain. You'll be better. If you aren't ill, you'll do well here. The Isles need you here. As the renown of my dynasty grows, familiarity with the glorious Zunbil sigil spreads too. My family's device is now recognized in the regional circles of nobility and counted highly amongst the prominent Turco-Hephthalite bloodlines, as it should be. Now it's a masterwork, increasing its bonus a bit for this dynasty banner. All present accounted for. You are a known criminal, for refuse the liege demand. So therefore, stop him. Hired mercenaries. Oh my goodness. Call allies in. Obvious is obvious. You will. Just retreat to Kabul. This man's a holy warrior and his defender. I did not realize what we were up against. I found this little monster among the things. Well, it wasn't scratched, but it was covered in piss. I'll compensate you. Reckless, unyielding defender, and a holy warrior. He is truly a diabolical man. He just beat us at every turn. That's why we gotta get our Sogdian over here. But yeah. Stop at what you're doing. We lost that battle. We had to retreat because we realized who the heck are we up against. Don't make me come over there. He has no siege weapons, so it's going to take him time. Enough time for us to get back at him. Damn it. We'll slowly reinforce as we'll be back on our way there. Wait for the last ones. Oh. This is our man of the job, but lives in Upper Gur. So I'll tell you what. Make up with us. Or you could figure out how to get the rest of you. My friend Gogash came to me today with his fondest financial prospects for the near and longer term. As things go, he's facing bankruptcy and is asking for my help in directly paying his creditors. Now, the great thing about Goskashka is his deep religious connections that, should I decide to help him, will make my piety shine brightly as discreet words about my dishonest contribution be spread. But there's another possibility here. Based on the details I already know, I might be able to craft an ambitious plan where I stand to gain more piety and don't spend a single gold coin and really take advantage of the situation. The decision is mine to take. A friend in need is a pest, so manipulate everybody. Successfully to manipulate everybody. Aha! Even though I'm not much to intrigue anymore, but they never know when that's needed. Just died of old age, but unfortunately our Sogdian ally, though close, they were able to hang on. Wait. They might manage. 13, 11. Oh. Our Sogdian friends got him. It was a costly affair, but it did what had to be done. To strike back at them. Wish I was there, but glad to have you on our side. But he probably didn't kill enough of them. At least you did it on our own home turf. Just hang on. Give him this. And our defensive advantage goes down. It's another way of how they defeated us. So I'll take my leave of command. Meet us over in bulk, while we continue to slowly reinforce. While we wait for this man to come over here. Don't want to prolong the war. There's enough room for all of us. And plus, with these guys raiding over there, advantage us. Good. It's a larger kingdom, but that would take much longer. Although it would be troublesome to me. It's a good alliance if we had more trouble at home. Go ahead, for once. I think they're going away to Chicha or Gantara. What do you have, siege weapons? Get to work. I find my dog, sleep in my chambers. Just sit up beside him, greeted by a quiet, confused chip. I would start running my fingers through his yellow fur, quickly settles once more Sakatan. The sight seems to relax my whole being. Thank you, my friend. Blood-stained cloth, crows, feathers, a strange smell of concoction. This is the evidence presented me by a group of villagers from Zemindor as proof that Ferg has been practicing witchcraft in her hut on the outskirts of their village. The villagers claim their evil works must be the cause of their poor harvest and are calling for her execution. The evidence is circumstantial. Release her. Monthly income while at war. That'll do, since I often have trouble with that. This will take 5 months. Each time these bastards could keep raiding, it's going to lead us closer to the concession phase and therefore end the struggle. If it were to end, I would prefer it to be ended during the unrest phase. We're going to go up there, but that would take them an eternity and a half. But I think they're going to encounter the raiders when they do meet. Hey, get over here. $13 for them. Step out of my temper and rub my eyes. Siege camp sprawls up before me. A jumble of grey and shapeless canvas. Militant industry. Men, women, all in Compatibility. Incessant drone of the flies. Flags hang limply in this rain-fogged air, whipped now and then by the wind. Where long-haired commanders sit at tables, trading gossip and tall tales. Confer in private. The urgent whispers drifting on the breeze. My low return approaches me in the forms of seizures, and I gather my guards out to the edge of the camp. The Otak of Kom stands before me, a bonfire of flaming timber, empty supply carts lay gutted and burning everywhere. Bodies of the dead and dying fill the town, a sprawling mass of canned up blackening flesh lying in dark pools, grieving widows cross their life, weeping in their shadowed homes. And look in every direction. Spare it. And a prison, everyone you see, some of them might be important to us like that. In terms of, you know, captured heir and spouse, yes. You know, that's me, right? After a successful siege on Qum, a black hedgehog was brought before me. We found it in a holding. It must have belonged to your vassals. Why not? Spoils of war comes in many shapes. I'll keep a hedgehog. You know, some Zoroastrians view hedgehogs highly, you know. Even though I'm not one of them, but I do sympathize with them. Maybe we should engage the raiders, because, you know, the amount of loot they're carrying. Go get them. There's good loot they're carrying. They're technically raiding our territory, so you deserve it. take biology. Lower fort level than that was at this one. Plus, with more men and more siege weapons, it'll take less time than before they will get a chance to get Anjou. Me and my council gathered for a meeting with my dog, Mihravan. Approach you with baggy eyes and drooping tail. It is not like to be left alone. This is an important meeting. He'll join me, increasing the opinion of me further. I'm sorry, Shafiros, my master Sogdia. I have disagreed with what you just... Mihravan gives a guttural groan, jerks back, looking at the dog in the back. On second thought, I think it's a great idea. Such a good boy. I'll look at the hedgehog after the war. Vassalize independent ruler. So that means they got that. And now you got Kish in Tajikent as a breakaway state. We gotta get those two before they get more strength further. Which I want you to have a look at that. How strong is the Samanid realm? You got your own child now. One would be a name. Now it's a large minority of Turco-Hephthalites in Bamiyan. I exit my tent to siege camps walls of warning. A haphazard city of canvas, timber and animal hides, and mud and narrow paths winding through huts and lean-tos. Flags and banners fly in the damp wind. Bright colors makes you hopeless in the grey rain. Shouts and cries ring through the damp air. My low retainer approaches and informs me that the siege is ended. I got my bodyguards head to the edge of the camp. The old talk of Bavaji. Bavaji. It stands for me. A wasteland of charred corpses and rubble. In the fields between, bodies of the fallen lie thick. They lie in the shadows of the flooded river too. Bloody faces rising from the glistening green soil. Beyond the toppling walls, I hear women wailing over the dead. Grieving widows and orphaned children wander amid the ruins. Smoke wafts up from the many fires, and flies buzz around blackened buildings. Spare it again, this is our land. War's over. You're going to jail, pal. Titles revoked. Which, of course, it's a little too much land for me. So, you take care of this. This is all yours. I'm giving you this one chance to vassalize. Not as rightful liege. Hey. Town not yet created. We do have the money for that. Not rightful liege, you say. How about now? You'll be religiously protected. You get to keep the faith. But you're going to be in his jurisdiction. Now. Bulk is yours. Alright. Different faith, isolationist culture. The one place that we never bothered going after because we feared their might, because we... Oh boy. So as we slowly recover, We need to get Vax before, well, actually, he's on his way back from whatever he was doing during his travels. Hajj pilgrimage, that's what that was. Alright. No longer involved in the struggle. So this is your problem now. All this. But Takaristan's your problem now. Now we have to deal with this in future, and then that. These other territories, which would one day, that we have to reclaim the old Hephthalite heartland. Which you could see the outline as a reminder. So we have bulk. But we have not yet moved towards Kotal nor Badakhshan, which means we would be fighting in a series of wars against the Samanids. Even though we would largely be alone on this affair. But they have no allies at the moment, as the old one died last year, and this is the new one. Although still under a regency, as if he's either not ready yet, or who knows. We shall see. Maybe we should start looking towards them. Mannequins are evil. Keep that well in mind. And them, hostile but negotiable. The old Tengris, hostile. Maybe we should request the incursion. It's something how to deal with the enemies. Even though I would be involved too. Gives me an idea. I don't know about that. I don't know if it's a good idea. Because, you know, regarding Fergana, which is a bit more developed than others. Well, they're on less developed territory, but we don't know their full strength yet. Look, I know what I'm about to do next. I'm just thinking some last-minute decisions before I implement it. Just hang on. Oh yeah, the hedgehog! What's the hedgehog's name? Kushana Kanak. It's a friendly hedgehog, while my dog's a bit mischievous. We need a keeper of the menagerie for this. You know what? Search for the keeper of the menagerie. The keeper of the menagerie is essential for the daily care and handling of any pets in my court. Or several suitable candidates to be brought before me. Your search will suggest a few suitable candidates for the position of keeper of the menagerie. Start the search. Regalia. Money's going elsewhere. At my request, I present several candidates suitable for the position of the keeper of the menagerie, and 2 people catch my attention. Halal seems to know her way around every kind of animal, but Ab doesn't ask for near as much compensation. Good, poor, and adventure. Give me the experienced one. Now you have that, which is something we don't typically keep around. Doesn't cost much. Cares for all my pets, increasing their happiness. gives me access to the menagerie, which, to reiterate, it's where a collection of local and exotic pets are cared for and handled. You need someone to hold the core position's keeper manager to have access to it. And allows my player heir to inherit my animals. So, I can allow the breed to order the keeper manager to keep this pet from becoming or making other pets pregnant. Roam free is can find his pet to the menagerie. This would lead them interacting with less people, courtiers and others. A lot of pets do not like being locked up. If they're becoming a bother, I will do that, but it hasn't happened yet. For now, move the rally point to Bamiyan for a future war against Much and Kuta, and then up to Vrash. For future reference. Liberty won. 3,000 men. Not much gold. And no allies. This would be a tough fight. So you know what? Organize the army. Faster levy reinforcement rate is needed. And it also doesn't help that the old Grand Diviner here is being incompetent. That's why we don't have that much levies to begin with from our temple holdings. And what about them taxpayers? Well, it's still reduced because we could just keep getting rid of unruly vassals. I knew that getting older with me doing everything, so but I didn't think it would all come to a halt until my death. Lately, I feel constant malaise and every day takes more effort than before. I'm worried that if I lie down, I might not be able to get up again. There is no doubt that my time is running out. I feel like I do not but to await death's weighted race to claim. How long do I have to wait? Well, there goes the stewardship bonus due to being infirm. And, it's high time to do this now. This will be the last act of this episode. Reform the Zunist faith. Okay, here's what's gonna change. Sun worship will still be kept because of the less attrition you'll take out in the desert and the desert mountains. Unrelenting faith obviously will still be kept because of the benefits that it'll give to the members of clergy who will serve as commanders or knights. Adaptive hours, conversion resistance. Different faith, age, opinion, all that. But we have Eastern syncretism, so that kind of helps with the, vassals that are Buddhists or Zoroastrians or even lesser extent Hindus or whoever. That would help it. So we're keeping Eastern syncretism. See what I could find. What the heck? Oh, Sins of Virtues down here you can read, okay. I don't think it works like that. I was about to say, it's like, yeah, they say members of the clergy can't serve as commanders and knights. Well, that's an idea. Like, what if we had monks to serve in our armies, and they'll be much better fighters. So for all of us, Zunist faithful, yeah, for increased prowess. And if we had monks that could serve us, you know, you got warrior monks, warrior members of the clergy to defend our land in the name of Zun, the justice giver. That sounds like an idea, but keep looking. I might go for monasticism, as absurd as it sounds. Yeah, this may sound like an odd choice here, but I am going to go with monasticism. So courtiers could take the vows to become a monk if they are willing. And then, you know, then we have this idea of having warrior monks in my retinue. I mean, the Old Faithful consider me a stray, which they shouldn't be viewed as hostile because we'll both have Eastern syncretism by then. We'll still be pluralists. Headed faith idea is a little, to me. Pilgrimage will still be encouraged, of course. Missionaries should be allowed, but not encouraged. Because we're not crazy about converting other pagans out there. Should still be. Keep the bastards same. Is there others before one eventually? Well, there's that, but that's only if any kind of adulterous. Now this is where it gets a little interesting here. It should be shunned, not criminal, in my opinion, because I don't think you'll find that many people who have the sodomite trait, because heterosexuals are more common out there. I don't think deviancy is that big of a deal, so it should be shunned. I think we should keep adultery as criminal as a way of, it's discovered, it's like, there's this vassal I don't like, wonder if he has any lovers. And then we find him, then nab him. Yeah, close kinslaying should be criminal, because to me, murder is murder. Witchcraft should be criminal, yes. Obviously, leave the alcohol consumption to accept it, because, you know, changing that would be stupid. Same goes for nudity. It should be none. Our hands wear clothes. Members of the clergy can serve as knights and commanders, which also affects further for the all Zunist clergymen who would be willing to take up arms and defend the faith, will increase their prowess furthermore. That's the reason of why I kind of like the idea of monasticism, which is basically, that's part of, you know, I think it kind of makes sense from a role-playing perspective. Even though it's like, yes, we may be worshippers of the sun, but we decided to take up monasticism because we were influenced by the Buddhists that lives among us and the Eastern syncretism thing, so it makes some sense. Except the only difference that separates us and the Buddhists is that our clergymen take up arms to defend our faith, unlike those of Dharmic pacifism. We're not into Dharmic pacifism. We just simply, you know, don't want any of those outsiders to encroach our lands, and if they do so, oh, we're just gonna fight very, very hard. That's who we are. The clerical gender would be either. I mean, if I'm just thinking in my mind. Yes, it should be revocable. Although I could replace my current one because he's old right now and infirm for someone more wiser. But yeah, leave that. Leave that to for the gender influence to be either men or women. But women are not allowed to take up arms unless we switch the thing to switch the gender to equal. And plus, there's a good reason why to have equal. It's not because it could lead to equal in succession, which is it's both a good and a bad idea in succession in terms of, partition, especially with clan. So it's best to leave with male preference, even though it's male only right now. And plus, female counselors. That's another reason why I had to have it equal on your Reformed faith. And as well as a possibility to reform the Turco-Hephthalite culture to have the martial equal. That both men and women are allowed to serve in our army as knights. And that includes nuns. Warrior monks and warrior nuns. Yes, that's the idea. To say, if we can't find good talented knights, then maybe those good, virtuous, faithful people can take the vows and become a monk. If you want to serve your country while practicing your faith, well, you gotta fight alongside with us. Yes, that's the idea. That's an excellent idea. But still, you must not commit adultery. That is still a no-no. Part the deviancy, it's like, it's your business. But if you go as far as, extramarital affairs, that's a no-no. Let me see. So a faith cannot have both theocratical, clerical tradition and temporal head of faith. Secular rulers directly land them. Oh, that's too much land, So leave it theocratic. So position head of faith is given to a prominent clergy member. The head of faith can grant claims on landed titles to pious inherits, and head of faith can grant gold to pious inherits. I mean, I was thinking about, let's just leave it with none and don't have a head of faith, because why on earth would we want to need that? But as a spiritual leader of Zun, that one I'm not sure about. I can understand the benefits of grant the claims, and if we ever, for some reason, overspent, which I have a bad habit of doing, I can always ask for gold for us pious inheritors. Yeah, I could see that. Plus, if the faith has great holy wars, head of faith is allowed to direct ones. We don't need that. Because, as I said, it's unnecessary, which is depending on doctrines. You gotta have, armed pilgrimages, shoulder submission, or warmonger. Face with the temporal head. The spiritual head is only have access to undirected great holy wars. I'm just reading here. I mean, there's gotta be a limit, right? But again, I'm just a bit conflicted. I mean, there's always raids, You could still raid if that's another way of, it's like why on earth we need a head of faith if we're gonna ask for gold? And for claims, well, we have conquest, so there's no reason for that. There's no reason to grant claims if we have, since we're clans, and And we can do conquests regardless. So, I guess ultimately, having a head of faith is unnecessary. Took a drink. So, okay now. So, by the way, that color there, green, and what's our color of our faith? Gold. Well, the color should be as bright as the sun. Let me see here. What's the sunniest color you could think of? Like that. And those who are Zunists will convert. Oh, and the Buddhists too. Okay. And those who will not, well, we won't hold it against you. Because with Eastern syncretism, we're both seen as astray. I will not hold it against you if you choose not to convert. So before we finalize and end this episode, so let's review this. This is going to be the Reformed Zunist faith. It's going to have unrelenting faith, monasticism, and sun worship. As odd as it sounds, we will not have the head of faith, because if we want money, we can go raid. And calling for the head of faith to ask for claims, unnecessary, because that's what conquests are for. The gender should be equal, so it gives us the abilities to have female counselors if they're very good at their skills. That would be worthy for the council. And as well as in future, the possibility of reforming the Turco-Hephthalite culture to change it to equal, so that way monks and nuns can serve in our military as knights, which will increase their prowess even more. That would give us an advantage in battle. Also, I realized I just closed that window, so hang on. No, you got everything. Okay, got the cut on everything. So, we'll leave out with this. So, always allowed, of course. Yes. Shun. Criminal. Clerical marriage, I forgot to mention. It's allowed, of course. You gotta have families still. So, this is the one that I want, alright? It's just, I like the idea of having members of the clergy. That includes monks and nuns who take the vows, which you're not only taking the vow of praising the sun, but also to defend our land and our faith from enemies who try to, including those that stand in our way. And combine that with recruitment, that's plus 8 prowess. So, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's reform the faith. And it didn't cost that much piety because I previously restored the idol of Zun here in Zamindawar, and restored the idol of Zun on Mount Oruna over near Kabul. Alright, let's go for it. The beliefs of Zunism can never be changed once it's been reformed. So there you have it. The old Zunists will still persist in some areas, but I've stated before, I will not hold it against them for those who chose not to convert. Except maybe the Matrudis. That's a different circumstance. But that's only if the popular opinion gets out of hand, and then we'll have to start converting them. But we'll remain pluralist, though. Our new Grand Divider, as we had to get rid of the old guy. So, it's registered now, so let's end the episode with this. At long last, I've managed to gather every important flamen in the world together so that it can discuss our beliefs and establish an official doctrine to guide our faith into the future. The Zunist Flamens are encouraging cooperation and tolerance, even towards non-believers, are promoting asceticism among their followers, claiming that materialistic pursuits block the path to spiritual fulfillment. The Burgeoning Moons decide not to instate a religious head, preferring instead to let each one to determine what teachings are appropriate for their own temple. The world will see that Zun favors us. So basically, this new Zunist faith is taking a bit of influence from the surrounding Buddhists regarding monasticism, while keeping the idea that the clergy can serve as commanders. In fact, are you a commander? With your skill? Yes, you are. Look at you. Your base is 10. And plus, with recruitment, that's up. And I recall we have a character who is a monk, I believe, that I remember seeing around here. Oh yeah, the man who's no longer my friend, I think. Even if you do ask him, he might accept. That's just for example. Because I kind of... Hang on. What is the succession right now? Convert the detractor to Caliph. Before we get out of here, I need to look at the succession. Equal. Gunavam. You're gonna have everything. It's not what I had in mind. You don't want to mess with the laws here. I would much prefer it to be a male preference, but I do not have high crown authority, so it's going to be equal. But as you know, equal. Look again. He's set to inherit everything. He's going to inherit all the titles. Actually, no. There's someone else. The other grandson. Of a different house. He's gonna have Kabul and Bamiyan for himself. Oh, this is an issue. And he's all the way over there. Yeah, he's my relative. And I could have him rid of, but if we can, you know, bring him over here. We can bring him over here, maybe we can get rid of him. Oh, what have I done? Plus, son, you don't stand to inherit everything now. Which fulfills one of my wishes, but... Oh, I got a lot of work to do, so... Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was quite an episode we just did. And we're not far away from the end of the Iranian intermezzo struggle. But, as we will recover our levy size and everything, as we were still battered and beaten from it, we gotta make our moves towards Kotal. Because our strength is not yet matched to be superior than theirs. Just something I'm a little worried about. And our Sogdian friends can no longer help us, so we must look for newer allies. Because there ain't no way in the world that they would be, you know. So, yeah, we got something to figure out in future. So this will be a different Zunbil country. things are gonna change. And I guess it ain't for the better. And he's no longer Zoroastrian, which is unfortunate. But as long as the marriage is there, we'll be allies. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.